What is the most romantic scene in the Maxton Hall Season 3 trailer is actually teasing the show's biggest heartbreak. Prime Video has officially confirmed that Maxton Hall Season 3 will adapt Mona Kasten's final novel, Save Us, making this the final chapter of Ruby Bell and James Beaufort's story. Harriet Herbig Madden and Damien Hardong are both returning, and every second of the trailer feels carefully designed to hide what's really coming. After watching it several times, one thing stood out to me. The trailer keeps showing us emotional moments, but it carefully avoids showing the one conversation that probably decides everything. Coincidence? I don't think so. Today we'll separate official facts from fan theories, break down every major trailer clue, and predict whether Ruby and James are really heading toward their happy ending or one last heartbreaking twist. Welcome back. If you love Maxton Hall, Prime Video, romantic dramas, and trailer breakdowns packed with hidden details, you're in the right place. First, let's start with what we actually know. Prime Video officially renewed Maxton Hall, The World Between Us, for a third and final season, adapting Save Us, the final book in Mona Kasten's best-selling trilogy. Harriet Herbig Madden returns as Ruby Bell. Damien Hardong returns as James Beaufort, alongside familiar faces from the Beaufort family and Maxton Hall. That means this season isn't about whether Ruby and James fall in love. It's about whether that love can survive real life. And that's a much more difficult story to tell. Season 2 ended on an emotional high. Ruby and James finally rebuilt the trust they nearly lost. But while their relationship became stronger, the problems surrounding them didn't disappear. James remained trapped between his own dreams and the expectations of the powerful Beaufort family. Ruby was still fighting for the future she'd worked toward from the very beginning. Season 3 picks up exactly where those emotional conflicts become impossible to ignore. One of the biggest confirmed storylines comes directly from Save Us. Ruby's future is suddenly thrown into uncertainty after she's suspended from Maxton Hall, placing her academic plans and her Oxford ambitions in serious jeopardy. The trailer quietly reinforces that idea. Several shots isolate Ruby visually. She's often framed alone, not because she's forgotten, because she's carrying the weight of impossible decisions. Here's my theory. The biggest obstacle this season won't be another misunderstanding between Ruby and James. It'll be timing. Sometimes two people can love each other completely and still have different paths ahead of them. That's exactly what makes this trailer feel so emotionally heavy. Quick reality check. Remember, trailers are edited to create mystery. Not every dramatic expression means someone is leaving. Sometimes the biggest twist is the one they never show. Now let's talk about James. If you followed this series since season 1, you already know that Mortimer Beaufort has always represented control, status, power, legacy. The trailer hints that James finally stops asking what his father expects and starts asking what kind of man he wants to become. That's a completely different conflict. And honestly, I think it's the emotional heart of season 3. Because before James can truly choose Ruby, he has to choose himself. Now let's connect everything with Save Us. Without spoiling the novel, the final book isn't driven by shocking plot twists. It's driven by emotional consequences. Every difficult decision from the earlier books finally catches up with the characters. That's why one detail in the trailer keeps pulling me back. Whenever Ruby and James share the screen, the camera slows down. The dialogue almost disappears. Their expressions do the storytelling. That feels intentional. It suggests the final season will rely less on dramatic speeches and more on emotional choices. Here's the theory I can't stop thinking about. I don't believe the final challenge is choosing between love and ambition. I think it's learning that real love sometimes means supporting someone else's dream, even when it hurts. That would perfectly match the emotional themes of Save Us. Could the series make small changes from the novel? Absolutely. Most adaptations do. But unless Prime Video reveals something completely unexpected in a future trailer, I think the ending will stay faithful to the emotional message that made readers fall in love with these characters. So here's my prediction. Ruby and James will probably reach their happy ending, just not the easy one. They'll have to earn it through sacrifice, trust, and finally breaking free from the expectations that have controlled them since episode 1. And if that's true, Season 3 could become the most emotional chapter of the entire series. Now it's your turn. Did you spot any hidden clues in the Maxton Hall Season 3 trailer that everyone else missed? Do you think the series will stay faithful to Save Us or surprise longtime readers with a completely different ending? Share your theories in the comments. I genuinely enjoy reading them, and some of the best fan ideas end up inspiring future breakdowns. If you enjoyed this Maxton Hall Season 3 trailer breakdown, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss our latest Prime Video, Save Us, and Ruby and James ending theory videos. Until next time, thanks for watching, and remember, at Maxton Hall, the biggest secrets are usually hiding in the quietest moments.